worries at all. Okay, this is women in Web3, right? We're taking care of our families. We're hustling. We're doing all kinds of things, and you're just awesome. So,
I just have to say that we're live and other people are listening.
And we have the Audacity Metaverse in the house. So Audacity Metaverse is a women's metaverse, and they offer space to women, but they're also a broadcasting network, and they are doing a broad range of services for us. For an extremely low service fee. It's free to join, okay, but for an extremely low service fee, they will do up your space like they did it up today for Tetherball and more. They will host you. Your media goes on their streaming services all over the place continually 24/7, and they're extremely supportive, and the other women that are curated in the metaverse are very interesting people. So you should consider a space in the Audacity Metaverse. Like I said, it's a woman's metaverse. It's the first. There are some outstanding events, and my graduation from SheFi.org. Okay, we had a really awesome graduation ceremony in there. So I'm happy to now. Please, Jenny, I've sent you guys mics. I don't know cams, and get this again, but yeah. Twitter Spaces is acting up today, and I don't want to rug us again, but you guys got to get up here to speak. So let me try you again. Coining, let's do it. Now you can speak in the metaverse. If you want to unmic in there, you can speak. It was just that I was experiencing echo and a loop. I had never had that before. So Jenny, I'm so glad to see you. You are just awesome. And that last space that you were in, I learned so much. Okay, I'm very, very intrigued about the trading. I've always been interested in that with finance and stocks. And I see Michelle's here too. We'll try to get her up and see if for some reason the mic's not coming through, please send me a request. So let's see. I've got I guess I'm going to pass it to Jenny first because she's got a mic, and then Quanning. Let's see.
I'm here.
Okay.
Hey, I think Cams is using the Tetherball now.
I sent her a mic a while ago. I don't know why. Cams, if you want to on the Tetherball, please ask me a request to come up. I don't know why. Like I said, we're having all these problems with Twitter. In your space earlier, I was not only were you rugged 3 times, I was rugged multiple times. And I have another account, and Twitter just kept completely bouncing me out, made me go through the whole verification thing all along, and it was making me late for this too. So anyway, but here we are. And so Jenny, I'm so excited to welcome you here. Jenny's the VC of Tetherball Coin. Okay, my pages keep going, and I just love this technology. I really do. We're going to make it. We're going to make it. Let's go.
Yes, we will. Hey, no worries, no sweat. We're all here having fun. Trying to. Michelle is up too. On speaker. Michelle, if you could say hi. I don't want to talk too much because I was just in the previous space.
Hi, Michelle.
I was a little lost there for a second. Everybody's getting it everywhere, apparently. You know, the first Wednesday. That space, I had to come out of it because I wasn't quite sure. I was getting echoes. I didn't know where I could talk, whether I could talk there or here. So it's back. That is amazing. I had so much fun just walking around in there with a load of cams. It's amazing what we're doing in technology nowadays, and really excited about where we're going to go with it here. So everyone, welcome. We're the Tetherball memecoin team. We have Quading here, and Jenny Kutashi's our VC backer, and Cams is on the Tetherball account. And we're so excited to be here, Peg, and to host this for us and talk about new things that are coming up.
It's really exciting, and it's been exciting to follow this from the beginning. You know, I had again attending SheFi. We had classes in this, and so that's why when I saw the women's led meme coin, I jumped on into the community, and I also did invest a little bit. Have to just tell that to the thanks. I just tell the audience because not financial advice, but So. So thanks so much. And why don't you, Michelle, since you started, why don't you introduce yourself, and then we'll just go around, and then we'll have some questions.
Sure. Well, Michelle Musso. I have some real good history in technology and in crypto for the last 4 years. I've worked at CoinDesk as a producer, write articles, even as an editor. And before that, I was in multiple different in the media space, so TV, film, audio, podcasting. So that's just my world. But I've been at my exposure to the constant changing of tech and the education that I've had to do personally through the years. I'm a little older than I look. I hope so. I'm still younger than I look, really, than I am. But education has been really important in upgrading myself through the years, whether it's analog media used to do and start out on, and how you used to write everything, and then part of the whole when we first had Facebook, we first had all these social media groups, to the evolution that you move forward, even with cell phone use and how to connect everything, and photography and when podcasting started really started boom 2013 14 people started to really pick up into that. I had my own successful. So through the growth of technology, I've had to constantly teach myself hands-on, get into the nitty-gritty, don't lose my spot and lose my edge. And that's why I'm really proud of you, Peg, to dive deep and take the course, be a part of that. So what's the next wave, right? Because as this moves forward, yes, younger people, younger generation, their exposure is technology, is the cell phone use and everything. But if you tell them how to do something organically, they don't know, right? And we may come from an age where we know how to do both. But you constantly have something new, and the space constantly changes. And when I mean the space, not just the crypto space, with every year how things are happening, whether it's investment or regulation, but in technology in general, what we're doing with computers, how things are connected. AI now, we're AI. How can we use it without it harming us? How can we control what we're doing? And all that has to be taught. I mean, we're self-taught sometimes, and sometimes we learn from those who go before us and who do the work. And I think that's really, really important. So in my history, I've had to constantly learn something new. Why this is so exciting to me, to be part of. Yes, it's a meme coin, and they have had some bad rap, pretty much. I think because of the male domination of the quality and the pump and dump and the attitude and the negativity sometimes are around it, but they have community and a great sense of community. And we're doing something completely different. We're going to embark on what is obvious that's coming to crypto and Web3 is education. Educating each other, coming together in community. And we're not only flipping that, but also in tone and output. Like I had just had a conversation with someone the other day, a gentleman, and it was about how the meme coin community is perceived. We're not going down the negative route. We're going to the positive route. We're women, and we have a certain class and quality, how we talk to each other, how we talk to people, and that's what we want in our community. We want to have happy, excited people for the betterment of everyone, and enjoy ourselves and have fun. That's what memeing is, right? We want to have fun. We want to learn and grow fast. It's like this thing with everything. And I see that Jenny already has something to say. Of course she does. Let me wrap up. This is really, really important to be part of this team. We work hard together. We represent. I'm proud of every single one that's part of Tetherball. Our ambassador, great. Jen, Danny, David, everybody has just been so helpful in making this project become a reality. So, I'm just really excited about what we have in store, what's coming in the next few weeks, the next months. We're here to stay. I'll pass you the baton. I stand up. Little girl in the back.
Michelle, I raised my hand because you know what? In the room, please tell me if I'm wrong. Michelle sounded like a rapper because Michelle, her speaker still has this back thing, like you can say like this, right? Like something like AI now, and then there's this automatically thing that says AI. Yeah, the echo. And everything you say, like you say, this is so great, and they say so great. You sound exactly like a rapper.
Yes.
Serious.
This is a technical stuff is what happened today. Yeah.
I'm so glad that are you in the space? Are you in the
I am in Twitter space. I am in the Twitter space. So you can listen to the Twitter because Peg is recording it.
On that,
You can listen to it right afterwards.
On that air would read. We could rap. Let's rap.
Listen,
Yes.
no, inside Audacity right now, you're being recorded yeah. So this is difficult for me to convey sometimes. Okay, because it's brand new. We just did 2 of these, and if you're especially if you're inside in the immersion here, okay, that's going to be replayed. It's going to be rebroadcast, all over Audacity's various media channels. YouTube here. Everywhere. So live and on Instagram, you can catch them. You can catch all the live stuff all the time of all the broadcasts. So you're going to hear this here, but at for all time, you're going to have this recorded as well in the Audacity Mentorverse space ongoing right now.
Yeah, so Michelle, because I think this started out at least 2 spaces ago when you and I, Kwani and Cams were on your Wealth and Wine. You might need to check your speaker system somehow because it's been ongoing now for at least 2 live spaces and now this Twitter space. So I just want to let you know that so that it doesn't keep on going. I mean, it's cool.
Better?
It's in and out for now. Yeah, we're not hearing the echo now, but it's been in and out for 2 to 3 shows now. So
I fixed it on the lab, figured out what it was. How about next? Still echoing?
It's still there. I can see you rapping. I can still hear you. It's something like, is it still there? And it says still there. You get what I'm saying? That's how it is. Like if you're saying, is it still there? And then it says still there. So still there. When you end a sentence, the last 1 or 2 words, it repeats itself. Like, is it still there? Still there. That's why you sound literally like a rapper. It's actually pretty cool, but just wanted to make sure that you do that.
How about this? Is that better? Am I still rapping?
Okay, now you're better. There's no more echo.
No echo, right?
Yeah, there's no more. So I'm not sure what you did there, but make sure to keep it that way because you've been echoing. But hey, on behalf of the team, Michelle, I know Cam's is probably tied up. She might not be able to speak. Kwaning also, I'm seeing her as a listener, but we greatly appreciate you hosting us today. This is only like 28, 29. It's like 3 days in after our T-ball has been listed, and we greatly appreciate you purchased some for yourself, and we'll greatly appreciate that. Yes, I went into your metaverse, and it is pretty cool. Very, very cool. For technically wise, Meg, is there a way that, that we can, I think I'm pretty technically savvy. I was trying to push all the buttons in there. Is there a way that we can slow things down in the metaverse? Because after you do it for like maybe a minute or two, I'm not sure about you, but people could get like a migraine or a headache. But the overall of the metaverse is super, super cool. There's a screenshot, video shot of your metaverse. You place Tetherball in the metaverse, and we greatly appreciate that. On the Tetherball Twitter account, they took a video screenshot of that so that everybody could see, and it is super, super cool.
Thanks so much, Jenny. Yes, they're awesome, and I appreciate you, and I do appreciate that, about different people that come in with colors and things like that, and and the screens, like you're saying. So it can be limited if we're all like facing, like when I face away with the main Twitter screen behind me, usually, that's not showing as much. So when you're walking through, you'll see that. And it's just such an innovative new way of doing things, to have the we can have anything in there, right? But to do it here as well is just a bonus. And they've been Audacity's just been adding and making things better and better. So I'm so glad that you're here. And I wanted to I'm just gonna throw it out there, and since all of you are able to come on in, I have a couple of questions, and so anybody can jump in and ask. I actually had that. If you saw, okay, Cam's would be on the floor, I think, right now. If she saw, I know her sense of humor already, but I just waited to go get my notes, and they scrunched like I would need like that. That meme with the guy. He needs the tiny piece of paper, and he needs the glasses. Okay, that's what happened to my notes just now. Let's crazy. We're approaching Mercury retrograde, so maybe we're already in, okay. So I was going to throw this out here for, for Cam's about her with her background and blockchain and everything, but I'm going to go to Michelle, okay, since she can speak. I was going to ask about your extensive experience in journalism and content creation. How do you plan to use storytelling and media to promote Tetherball memecoin and engage the community? That one's for Michelle. If she can't speak, I'll throw out another question.
Michelle, are you good, Michelle? I think she might be fixing her sound system thing.
I know.
So,
okay.
Yeah, she probably will swing back.
Let's try it. Okay, let's let.
I'm here, Peggy.
All right. Did you get my? Okay. Did you get my question? I don't know, but I will pose another one. Hold on one second. Well, this is kind of for all of you. You can, Coinine can answer or anything, but I wanted to know, about again, we're back. Okay, back to having that same problem. I'm sorry with my notes. So I'm just going to ask you about the challenges with this type of innovation, and anybody could jump in. Okay, and tell us about challenges that you might have faced creating this, besides the overall challenges in your life, being females. And how did you overcome these?
Cam, do you want to go ahead?
Oh, sure, yeah. Sorry, you said what are some challenges faced creating a meme coin or a community, or?
Yes, with creating Tetherball meme coin, challenges that you might have faced and, how you overcame them.
Yeah, I mean, gosh, with everything that you create, right? I think all of us on our team, we have just crazy talent, crazy potential. We have a very, just diverse experiences that make us who we are, and coming together and collaborating and creating something so fun came, of course, with a lot of challenges and a lot of a learning curve. With any startup or company, when you're creating something, there's so many questions you have to ask yourself. Branding, who's our audience? What is our mission? What's our vision? What do we really want to do? What does it mean to be successful? On top of making sure everything technically on the back end is going correctly. The smart contract, managing the devs, designing the website, launching the website, ensuring that we have everything set up for a community, that our community is safe and secure, and that random people can't come in and steal information. There was a time where we had to have people sign NDAs, and we were pitching to get investors. And we, as you know, are VC backed. We're completely different than a lot of crypto projects out there that call themselves meme coins. We do a lot of due diligence on everything we have put out here. Everything we say, everything we tweet. We have brand guidelines we follow. We have a huge community of ambassadors who are also coordinating as well, who are stepping up and being leaders. So as you can imagine, we're juggling a lot, and we have a lot of balls in the air that we're juggling. Balls in the air. And a lot of these pieces, they take a lot of time. They take love. They take effort. They take a lot of people losing sleep. It took a lot of people taking the initiative. And there are days when, I have 2 children, 2 years old and 8-month-old. Right now, I'm actually breastfeeding while I'm talking to you. And I think that's one of the most beautiful things about being a woman is our brains are set up to be able to multitask and do a ton of things at once. And that's just the fact of evolutionary and neuroscience and all that, right? But that doesn't mean men can't do a million things at once either. But what's incredible is that women aren't primarily in this space. And so that's something that we're also doing is we're trying to make sure that we're being educational, that we're uplifting everybody around us, and that we're not doing everything. So we want to empower our community to be able to do things, right? We just had a space with our community members early before this. And there's a lot of growing pains too. So there's how you overcome those things is with grace. You give yourself patience. Maybe you cry, maybe you scream, maybe you take a walk, you go touch grass. But whatever it is, remember that self-care is really important. Now, when it comes to overcoming, working as a team and things of that nature and managing so many things, with nonprofits and companies, you really have to make sure you're communicating and over-communicating, that you're transparent. And so me, Jenny, Kwani, Michelle, it'll be whatever time in our time zones. We're a global team. So we have multiple time zones we have to make sure that we reconcile. And we'll meet, some of us will give 100% one day, and then the other person will give 10%. It's kind of like a married, relationship. You can't always give 100%. You can try your best, but there's days where you're going to be sick, maybe tired, overwhelmed. There's days where you're just fucking pumped, and you're like, you know what? I'm going to do this, and this because I have the energy now to do that. And so it's really recognizing that, supporting each other, recognizing where our talents are. I love to design and draw, so the team's like, go design, go draw. Jenny always says that. She's like, I'm good at math. And all of us have our own talents and strengths. And so whatever that is, go for it and do it and run it. And if we don't have that as our strength and we want to learn, we lean on each other to understand how do we do that. Or we reach out to our community members or advisors. How do we do that? Partnerships are crucial. And so, yeah, I don't want to take up all the time, but I keep notes.
Yes. Oh, thank you so much, Cams. I'm glad you came up. And Nadia's taking care of her child too. So this is it. That, you know, this is life, and we're here for it. We're here for the women. So I have a couple of questions for Jenny, and I know Nadia does. Nadia is really interested in the coin, and you know, she has a lot of finance background, you know, expertise as well. So Jenny, I was thinking about this, and your approach to Tetherball's tokenomics avoids the burning mechanism. And can you explain how this strategy promotes long-term growth and stability for Tetherball meme coin?
Hi, Peg, and hi, Mompreneur. Thank you, Camps. I mean, your words are so well chosen and impactful of what you just shared. It was incredibly articulate, beautiful. While you're breastfeeding your baby, and again, Cam has two cutest babies that, you know, I've met the boy. I have not met the little girl. If I see little babies like that, I would normally just pinch them cheek, you know, so, and probably kiss them to death or something. Kiss them to their cheeks turn purple. Okay, there you go. But thank you, Cam. The only thing I wanted to add to what Cam shared is that, strong and alpha A types of women like myself or Kuan Ning, Michelle, and Cam's, obviously all four of us are, we do shed tears. Okay, so I'm not going to share who did, but I can say that, never judge people by its cover, because one of the obstacles that I remember when we first started out, when you work in a group, okay, you tend to measure each other's workflow, and Cam shared that so eloquently. Some days she can give 1,000%, not just 100, but then some days she can only do 10% for whatever reason it is. And as human nature, right, we as a group, we always presume that each one of us should contribute 100 or 1,000% every day. And in a group like this, we've learned that that's not an ever the case. And so when we first started out, we didn't physically say it, but I'm sure the thoughts came to each of our minds. Let's just say, I'm going to give an example. Let's just say Kuan Ning, Michelle, and I were online talking, and then Cam was nowhere to be found, right? Or the reverse could be me, Cam, Michelle. Kuan Ning was nowhere to be found. She doesn't respond to text messages, nothing. So the other of us would say, well, hello, we each share the exact same percentage. Let's just say ownership of the Tetherball. And then we felt like, okay, there's one of us or two of us are not contributing. So my advice to anyone out there who are working in a group format like we are, give it time. Because if you are going through that phase, it's probably too early on and you do not see your partner's potential yet. I would say for our team, we did start out that way, okay? And then and we moved pretty quickly. I would say probably within the first 30 days. That's when all of us kind of knew that, okay, each of us had a talent that the other one doesn't have. So, and we do understand, what Cam's had mentioned so eloquently, that some days one of us gonna do 1,000%, and the next day, that person could just say, I can't do this. I gotta, like Kuan Ning, she goes out and she rides her bike. That's how she de-stress herself. Me, whenever, which is bad, and I'm going to be very honest, and the team know this about me, but I've figured out how to fix that, right? So each of us have a different way of de-stressing ourselves. Like when I was totally like many times, a few times, not many, but I would say 2 times, maybe 3 times, when I was super stressed, okay, I get like I get snappy, like super snappy, right? And that hurts my team, right? That hurts my team, even though they know my heart. That's not Jenny, but so they know that okay, she's sad. And then so we figure out how to work around that. And then even myself, I know that when I'm super stressed, I like so many things are due at one time, and then I get short-tempered, snappy. And we figure that out. I figure it out. We resolve it. So, Peg, I'm not sure if I answered your question. If I did,
No, you did. You did. I love it. Okay, I love it. I love the the mission, and this is what what I wanted to find out. How that's the best part. The team works well together. Everyone has their own strength. You all support each other, and I mean that's.
And that comes with us being in the journey together. Like you learn about each other by going through the trauma. By going through the ups and downs of a project, of anything really. So, and it being in different time zones, learning to be considerate of each other. Learning that not at every time do we know what's going on in everyone's lives at every moment, and then sharing and becoming vulnerable. That's really key in strength. And being honest is being vulnerable also. So you get to learn more about each other when you do something like that. And you only become stronger as a team. And it solidifies what you already know. Like this is going to work. We're the right people. We're the right fit for each other. We balance them. We know where the weakness is. Like if Cam's has a good day, one of us picks up. If somebody else has something else, or I need something, somebody else picks up. So we really work together and help each other. And we also learn from each other because we all have something different that we bring to the table, different strengths. That's really, really important. A different journey. We'll have different walks of life and different age groups. So, I mean, I think we got the best of all the worlds you could possibly imagine because we all bring something different to the table. And it works like this fine-tuned, a machine that just all the grooves fit.
Yeah, and I also wanted to back Michelle too, which Cams also share. A business relationship like ours at Tetherball, 4 very strong-minded women, very strong. I mean, I do mean very strong. Okay, there's going to be clash, but at the end of the day, like both Cams and Michelle said, a business partnership is like an ordinary relationship, like a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a husband and a wife, or even 2 BFFs, right? Now, if we all think about it, when it comes to something like this, and if there is no conflict, there's no disputes, it's not a normal relationship. Because as we all know, normal relationships, we are going to have all that. But what happens after that makes a huge difference. And I've always shared this, and I love it. It's because I've always shared that fall 7 times, stand up 8, fall 8 times, stand up 9. Because of that, I don't know how many times the 4 of us would be maybe upset at each other, shed tears because of each other, But at the end of the day, you see us having fun online, but behind the scenes, we're exactly the same thing. We have a private group with just the 4 of us. We talk about everything, right? And then, like, for example, like when I was on a lockdown, the 3 ladies, open a separate group and they talk among themselves. Because as you know, when you're in a group together, every time you chit-chat, the texting keeps on coming up. And so it's hard to concentrate. So that's how we learn about each other. And then the more that you learn, the relationship among the 4 of us together has gotten so much stronger, so much more tighter. And we sometimes can even read each other's mind, So, not all partnerships are great, but when you do work it out, especially 4 very strong-minded women, that's when the best of all worlds collide. So I have the strongest future of all meme coins. You will never, ever see a meme coin of the Tetherball caliber. Now, name one meme coin that even written anything about a research paper. Nevertheless, a 60 pages analytical research paper, right? So each of the ladies, they speak so eloquently, they write, everything is so eloquently. And I cannot be so more proud as a backer. And we're having fun every day, and we have great women like yourself, Peg, and the mompreneur, Bad Mommy, and then I saw Amy. She also hosted us last week. Community members, and not to mention Omar. I know he's super. I believe Omar is a gentleman, and he's super supportive of us. He probably has a few Tetherballs himself, but this is what it is. This is what makes the world go round. Tetherball is the first all women everything in Web3. Okay, so. And I have not shared this with the ladies yet. So surprise, Kwan-Ning, Cams, and Michelle. But I'm currently talking to two journalists who's been dissecting our analytical research paper and asking me questions about it. So I'm not sure if they're going to write something that is positive or if they're going to write a rebuttal. But either way, we are, we welcome it, because it's professional. We literally opened I guess I wouldn't say a new can of worms, but, Michelle and Cam, please jump in. Sometimes I'm using the wrong words. I'm much better at writing than sometimes when I speak because there's, my mind, but maybe not open a new can of worms, Michelle, but we open something for people to look at from our analytical research.
I just want to jump in and say we have till 4:15 where we're being recorded in the metaverse. So that we have a hard stop there, but there is music in there for the last 15 minutes. We can stay on here for a couple more minutes too. We can stay on till 4:30 here if you want to, or we can finish and you can and you can go forward. I really am so excited to hear more about it, and sorry to interrupt you. So Jenny, who did you ask to address that question?
Oh, I was just going to jump in and say I think that we maybe touched a nerve with a few people and answered some questions, or basically it's like when you conquer a hill. When you're in a battle and you conquer a hill and you put your flag on that hill. That's how I felt it was, because we can make comparisons with not just Tetherball meme coin to Bitcoin and the start of crypto and how people envision Bitcoin and the utility of it and the utility of Tetherball and the utility of other meme coins and the education aspect that we're bringing, the community aspect. So it really kind of threw some shade towards the haters or people who are very pessimistic towards this, I would say, or the Debbie Downers, the people who are like, you don't have nothing. And we're tough women and we're strong and we shrug that stuff off. But we basically put our stake in the ground and say, hey, we're here to stay. We're here for the fight. We're here for the long haul. Take a read to that, because you can't dispute it. It's all factual and it's all research. And we ask people to go and read through it and go do your own research. And if you find anything, we would love to have conversations about it. That's the whole point of it. It's like our own white paper, right? It's our own description of why we are here, why we did something, what we believe in, and take a read for yourself. And let's talk about it. We're a community and we want to have more conversations, more discussions about that evokes more education and more relationships. So I think it's an awesome read, and it was exciting to work with Jenny and the other ladies and and to have something like that for us.
Yes, and Michelle nailed it perfectly. And Peg, you're the host, so we respect your timeline. I think most of us are on Twitter Spaces, so I think if they're in your metaverse, they may have gone in there just to check things out. But I think technically, I'm not in your metaverse right now. I was in there, I checked it out, and so I got out of it. And then I click on Twitter Spaces so that I'm in the Twitter Spaces right now. So, we're fine if the hard stop is at 1:15 on either
Yes.
platform.
Well, it's at 1:15 in Audacity, okay, because that's a team that manages that, and that's and then we can, if anyone has anything else for until 1:30, I'm good until then. So we could stay in the Twitter space, and like I said, it's being simultaneously recorded now. Now I don't know if Nadia can come. Nadia had some questions about the coin. She was Nadia, can you unmute? There you go. Okay.
Yes. Hello. It's
Hi.
Hearing the conversation. I thought I can do it, watching my kids and be part of this. Sometimes I raise the expectations for myself, but it's okay. So I've been loving, the whole Tetherball community vibe, team. I think everything we see is a sign of, it's a good sign. The consistency, the every day adding new members and answering all the questions and everything. That's amazing to see a team of women founders who are delivering this type of content and presence and, collaboration together as a team. Also, that's amazing. So my question regarding the coin is, first, what motivated whoever's decision was to say it's a good idea to do this coin, and what is the utility of it? Like, is it something that would be within the community? Because I know it's also based on education. So would it be something that members can use, to spend on some mastermind classes, or how is it supposed to gain value? This is my question out of curiosity, seeing the delivery of this amazing work. Where is it supposed to lead to? We know all Bitcoin has no utility, but it is the first cryptocurrency, and it is meant to be like that, only to be exchanged as money, and that's why they're accepting it in a lot of places all over the world now. So I would love to hear about that.
Okay, if we're having a hard stop at 1:15, I guess I'll take this one so that it'll go through faster, hopefully within the next, I'm seeing 1:08 right now, so maybe in 7 minutes, I'm going to give it a shot. That is a great question, super great question. And I'm glad you brought up Bitcoin because in our analytical research, we did compare Tetherball to Bitcoin because it has very similarities. Bitcoin does not have any utilities. It's just basically a simple cryptocurrency with algorithms. It is the OG, okay? And it has a brand name now after it's been out for 15 years. But if we look at the first 10 years of Bitcoin, there wasn't much. It was probably within the last 5 years that institutions started to come in. And then within the last 2 to 3 years, politicians started to come in. Of course, when they came in, they had to benefit because there is a lot of money within the crypto space. Now, there is another data research that the ladies and I are currently looking at, and we're considering to write it, but depending on our time. And that is most of the pumping to Bitcoin for politicians and stuff like that comes out of large wallets like the Geminis, the Winklevoss twins who own Gemini, Coinbase. Okay, Brian Armstrong makes a ton of money selling his stock coin on traditional market, which is Wall Street. And Coinbase is the largest cryptocurrency. BNB, after CZ Binance has been placed in prison, I've heard he's going to get out.
Yes, I'm going to turn off my spaces here for a second. Let's see if we- I love everyone dancing. If you see the giant disco ball in the room here, that was a gift from the Audacity Metaverse. They are just awesome. I want to thank Stephanie and Nathania for that's Team Audacity for setting up the whole space today. And so, Leah, if you want to come up and the crowd, if you can just back up a little bit and settle down, because Leah's gonna. It's like everybody. Yeah, great. Thank you so much. I welcome all of you. So I know we're getting an echo on Twitter Spaces. I'm trying with my mic to see if this is possible, but I think it's a little bit better right now. We'll see if that echo comes back. And I don't know. Let's see. Let's start. Let's introduce on the Metaverse, and then maybe we'll see if someone mentioned this morning in a Twitter space that this was happening to them. Someone mentioned in the Twitter space that they were getting this today. Oh, it's great to see you, Leah. Nadia, I see Montemore. I see you in the Twitter space. Why don't you come on up?
Hi, hello. I'm having quite a huge echo on my side, so I was just taking a while to regroup. How are you doing, Peg?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic. How about yourself, Leah?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. I'm really, really good.
This is so exciting, and I am a fan a long time, and I asked Leah quite a while ago if she would come and do the space, a Twitter space with me on a different show that I had, and it just the times didn't work out. Especially I was on a show previously where the other co-host was in Australia. So I just love that we're global. Okay, we have everyone here. My co-host is the mompreneur, and I don't know. I don't see. Is that you? I can't see because the I love all this technology, but we're just
Hi. Yes, this is my Peg. Hi, Leah.
Oh, hello. How are you doing? You have an amazing avatar, by the way.
I figured out quickly how to pick one. It's so fun.
She's brilliant. Okay, she's brilliant, and so she has to be in the Audacity Metaverse. Everybody needs to be here. I'm so excited that they were able to host this, and that we could have Leah on today and do all of this in some by telling you, I'm going to let Leah, tell you about herself. So I'm going to introduce myself, and then I'm going to let the mompreneur tell you about herself, and then we'll let Leah, give us everything that she'd like to know right now. And then we have some excellent questions and things to ask. We also have a POAP today. Okay, I mean, this is like a coveted POAP. I've had people DMing me. Okay, like they're like, I can't get there. I'm working. but I need that POAP. So, okay, we have a POAP, and then Leah also has a generous discount for her clothing, which I'm a huge fan. I just, really, it's just amazing. And I just love not only she has put so much thought into the branding. If you've seen I did, I'm going to try to, with the Twitter space, let me see while someone else is talking, if I can pin some of that. But if you saw her merchandising and packaging, and that everything is it's stunning. Okay. And then her fashions and so on. But that's not everything that she is. Okay. Today, on her Instagram, and I'm looking, she said, oh, and by the way, I made a haiku for my Malika drop. I'm like, what? She has so many layers to her. So my name is Peg Moore, and I'm a Web3 educator. Okay, I try to help people use, get practical skills for Web3 and social media. I specialize in adults 50 to 70, and I've been teaching adults over 45 since I was that age. And for about 20 years now and more. I've had many tech businesses and things. I'm a former professional dancer, 45 years in New York City. And so I'm really happy that you're able to come. And I'm going to give the mic over to Nadia now. And I welcome you, the mompreneur.
Oh, is the mompreneur anywhere?
Sorry, I had some troubles to leave the full screen and
I know that happens, right?
Yes, absolutely. And this is how we know, even though we've been using it for a while and everything, but it just takes, I think, some time to adapt. But I love that we're doing it. This is the future of social media. This is how people will be meeting and doing things online in the future. So welcome everyone, especially Peg for hosting this amazing event with AWEDACITY, and thank you, Leah, for the opportunity. I have, so a little bit about me. I've been in the Web3, which is a refuge for me that I found after a corporate job for 10 years, and that ended with the Corona. And I got married, had a baby. I've been in the Web3. Let me just, maybe. I see and I hear my echo. I'm not sure. Anyways, so as soon as I found the Web3 NFTs, the world of crypto, the AI, the metaverse, the mission that clicked right away in my mind is just to explain this concept and help other women, especially through Metaverse, the community that I founded, especially for women with no tech background, to especially enjoy these tools. Probably not everything has to be serious and for business and growth and everything. Sometimes it's just, to make, I don't know, like vision board event, or just like connecting with other women. And that's what would make us, more comfortable using these tools. So I'm very happy and excited for today's event, and I can't wait, I try to get in with my Oculus with the goggles, but for some reasons I couldn't find the app on the store. So I sent them on the App Store. So I sent on Cyber a message. If they can help me finding it, it would be amazing if I can have the full immersive experience. Otherwise, even on the screen, this looks very immersive and amazing so far.
Thank you so much. I know I love it. And so you and I have been connected a while now, doing this type of thing, and I just love the mompreneur, Nadia. She's really, really innovative, and always ahead of things. She's got a lot of great ideas going on with AI. So I'm going to introduce Leah Sams and the Power of Women. So Leah Sams is the artist and founder, and she of the Power of Women, and she's based in London. She has bold, striking work, and that's how she describes herself. And I would say that it's really stunning. I love her fashions. If you, like I said, everything is so well thought out. I just love the chip. Okay, she could tell you more about that. I'm sure she's going to be the best salesperson for her own garments, I'm sure. I've seen her work at NFT NYC. I've seen her work at the World of Women. Her fashions were not only on display, but they were for sale. I mean, this is just, I have to say, like I said, some creators, they're able to just get to, one level because that creative, process and everything is really overtakes you. But Leah has been able to, get her products out there, her fashions out there, and then get them into, some of the greatest spaces. So Leah, I want to welcome you, and everybody, we're going to give you some applause here. We don't have I don't have a virtual thing. I'm going to work that out. But I'm so excited that you're here. Tell us all about yourself.
Oh, thank you for the warm welcome, Peg. I think Peg sort of introduced me quite well. I'm Leah. I'm the artist and founder of Power of Women. I entered this space about 3 years ago. And I was just coming in as a digital illustrator, not really understanding that technology, but was so blown away by the sort of revolution that sort of art and tech and community brought to sort of what an artist's life could be. And so I've been here building Power of Women. At first, I think people started treating me like a project because my handle was Power of Women Art rather than sort of Leah Sams. And so I was like, sure, I am a project. And my husband and I, Jack and I, we've been working, building Power of Women as an art brand, and recently launched our fashion collection, which each of them has an NFC chip, and the digital experience is powered by IYK. And each garment is minted on the Polygon blockchain, which is really, really cool. So if you buy a garment, you can tap your phone on the chip and essentially claim the digital twin of your garment, which is really, really cool. And yeah, my fashion collection is sort of a capsule collection of really bold, striking, statement print sort of unisex shirts, and tiered mini dresses and wrap dresses and silk scarves. And I'm super proud of this collection. I'm super proud that I've sort of delved into another sort of type of art, a type of wearable art, I guess. And yeah, I'm super excited to be here as well. Thanks for having me, Peg and Mumpreneur. your handle.
Back here, so many devices. I just love this stuff. This is like, you guys, I'm like a child with all of this technology and everything. This is so much fun. Really, not in my wildest dreams did I think that the universe was going to give me this, and it's everything I ever asked for. Okay, so Leah, now about the Paradise Collection. Okay, what inspired you to create the Paradise Collection, and can you walk us through your creative process for this collection?
Sure. Yeah. Well, I met a good friend of mine, Shreya, who is also an incredible artist. She has sort of like over a decade's worth of experience in the fashion industry, found herself quite tired of that industry and with and it's been an amazing process since then. So about a year and a half ago, I said to her, well, yes, I'm ready now. What can we do? She basically said, well, let's do it. Let's create samples. Let's create patterns. Let's get samples printed. Let's try out our fabric. Let's figure out silhouettes. And it's been a really educational process for me, because she's literally held my hand through the whole process. And that's been really, really amazing. And, it's like any other project. You figure out what your budget is, you work out what it is that you can afford to do, making sure that you have enough variety within this, within your collection. So it's really important for me to have at least 3 prints. It was important to me to have a unisex shirt so that it's not exclusively a woman's line. It was important to me that there was also accessible pieces. So the silk scarves are the cheapest garments or products within the collection, and they're only £25 each. So it was really important for me to have a variety, for it to be colorful, for it to be vibrant, and for it to be something that I would wear. And then halfway sort of through the process, Jack was saying to me, like, well, we need to sort of get this chipped. And we were looking at different companies who were able to, provide the sort of digital experience. And we were honestly blown away by IYK. We went to NFT NYC recently and just saw the display that they had with G Money's collection. And I can't remember what it was on the top of my head, but G Money had an amazing fashion collection that he launched, all chipped with NFC chips powered by IYK. And honestly, it was so seamless. And so we got in touch with IYK, managed to get some chips, and honestly, like, curating the digital experience has been super, super easy and super fun to do. And it's just another layer of engagement. And, a lot of the garments my mum have bought, my family and friends have bought, and they're not really the kind of people who know much about blockchain technology. And so they might not be, they might not tap on the NFC chip. But, after a while, after I've tested for a while, I'm sure she will. But the fact that, you can claim the certificate of authenticity in the form of a digital twin, I think is just so amazing and so, so inspiring. And I thought, if we are going to be doing something completely different to what we have done previously, which, has been a lot of art drops and a lot of digital art, it was just a really nice way to nod back at our Web3 sort of history. So yeah, it's been a really amazing sort of experience to build that, and I'm really, really proud.
And again, with the Paradise collection, how is it unique compared to your previous work? I know you said you collaborated with her, but are there any specific themes or messages that to convey in this collection?
No, do you know what? I think it's just all about fun. Like, for me, it was really important to me when I started my art career. I started wearing clothes that made me feel happy and powerful. So it was really, really, really lovely that I could create, garments that made people feel happy and, colorful and proud. And it's been really nice. The reviews that we've had are that people are responding, really they're saying that they're getting loads of compliments, which is the whole point. It's about being seen, and that, that was the sort of important aspect. And it just so happened that while we were creating prints and I was creating these samples, that some of the best samples were the ones that were all floral. And so yeah, it sort of turned out to be a sort of very jungly, very floral sort of aesthetic to all of the prints and all of the garments. And so it sort of felt right to be called the Paradise Collection. It just felt really, really right and really nice. I see a question here in the chats. It says, with an NFC chip, do you get a wearable for a certain metaverse, or is it not interactive? So the NFC chip, basically, once you tap it onto your phone, it doesn't go to a metaverse. It goes into a bespoke page that has your garment sort of digital twin displayed there. So you get all of the product information, all of the metadata, all of that on there, plus anything that I wanted to add on there. So you have all my social links. I could add like a discount code on there for a certain amount of time. So I can curate what you see on that landing page. And then through that landing page, you can access the digital twin either on OpenSea, on Etherscan. And then you can also, I think that's pretty much it. So yeah, it's a really good way for me to sort of like connect to whoever owns that garment. Thanks for the question.
I love that.
Yeah.
I know, I love that. And I also love your color palette. I love the palette that you've chosen for this collection and for the next one. So I'm going to turn it over to Nadia for the next question.
It's been a pleasure listening to. So lucky to be able to ask you some questions, because as I was looking, I was already thinking, like I was having questions about one of the things is your relationship with the technology. I know you mentioned, and through a few words that you mentioned, it shows that you're having a good relationship with it. So would love to hear how it started, how you felt when first finding yourself in this world, and how did that relationship evolve, and what would be your advice for an artist who's totally new to this? I just love how you're taking your art and all what you're doing to another level through the technology. So would love to hear. I know it also might not be all easy. So yeah, what's your story about that? Would love to hear it.
Yeah, it's a good question. Well, several questions actually in there. So when I entered this space, I actually didn't know much about the technology, what NFT was, what blockchain technology was. Actually, when I shifted careers, my husband shifted careers as well. We were both in theatre. And then during the pandemic, everything slowed down for him. I lost all my work overnight. And then through sort of like trying to stay creative, I found digital illustration. And honestly, it's been like such a life-changing moment finding art in the form of digital art, and just, you know, crafting art, like, you know, all of that stuff I love. And, you know, for me, it was the first time I felt like I was truly in control over my creative process. And what happened was, when my husband became a firefighter, he got put into a crew that were obsessed with NFTs and crypto. And so they just kept on talking about NFTs and crypto. And so then he decided, well, I need to know a little bit more about NFTs and crypto if I'm going to keep up with the banter. And so he then eventually showed my art, which is like at that time, very feminine, very flamboyant, very, very, you know, female gaze. And when I shared it, when my husband shared it with his crew, they all replied like, "Oh, I'd buy that as an NFT." And of course, when Jack told that story back to me, I was like, "Well, what's an NFT?" And so we were like, do you know what? Let's just give it a go. We started a collection, which is essentially all the artworks I was creating once a day during lockdown. I had 50 of them that I decided were really, you know, good enough. I launched the League of Extraordinary Women as a collection on OpenSea, and then amazingly sold out within like 3 hours, which was absolutely crazy, because I think in that moment I was earning more money as an artist than I had ever did throughout the whole of COVID and lockdown as an artist selling on Etsy. And so I was like, oh God, this is amazing. We need to learn a little bit more. And so it was through that process that we were learning more about what NFTs were, what the technology was, why there was such a community building, cultivated around this technology. And I thought, wow, what an amazing space to be. At that time, there was like this rise of like women, female projects. We had World of Women, we had Boss Beauties, Women and Weapons. And, we had loads of these female projects. And I think people saw Power of Women as another female project that they could get behind. Lo and behold, it was actually just me and Jack trying to just trying to just support each other, trying to be an artist. But what happened was that actually there was such a beautiful community that was built through, the fact that you can connect to every collector who's collected your artwork, know who they are, interact with them, that I suddenly decided that our artwork was going to be about the stories that they were telling me. So I was, trying to pick up, trying to ask my community for, asking them about about their stories. And I was finding these beautiful stories about motherhood, about the challenges of life, about, loads of different things. And I was creating artworks about them and then selling them back to the community. And it was such a beautiful cycle that, Power of Women suddenly became this platform to empower underrepresented stories and have created art specifically for people who always felt that in some way they were marginalized. So it was such a beautiful, journey into Web3, such a wholesome journey into Web3. And it's been really great. It's been really manic during the bull market. And then it slowed down really, quite nicely during the bear market. And, to be honest, it's just like any other artist. I'm just trying to keep going, trying to keep sustaining yourself in this space is really difficult, especially during a bear market. And I think you'd find that with builders, you'd find that with entrepreneurs, you'd find that with artists. And, it's just been a process of trying to, keep doing the things that you want to do and find a way to do it and find a community that sort of still resonates you, even after 3 years of being in the space. So yeah, it's been a heck of a journey. I think like my biggest advice is, one thing that I heard about the music industry. There was something about Chaplain Rowan, who has an amazing song in the charts at the moment. Someone said about her, it takes 10 years to be an overnight success. So my biggest sort of like advice would be that like there could be an opportunity that just changes your life forever, but it might take you 10 years to get there or to find that opportunity. So it is really important to persevere and be consistent and find a way to do that works for your life. I think that would be my biggest advice. So yeah, I hope that resonates with a couple of artists.
That sounds amazing, very creative, and I love how it's community centered, which is, I think, the secret to thrive in this era. So thank you so much for sharing that. I hope it helps someone new to get a perspective from someone who's thriving. My second question is, did you have at some point to adjust your art, besides the fact that you were serving the community, and I love that idea, but besides that, did you have to adjust your art and your craft like outside of the tech because of to serve the tech? I hope my question is clear.
Yeah, no, it's interesting. My art has certainly like changed massively. I mean, when I entered the space, I was pretty green in terms of my experience working as a digital artist. So I think when you look back at my earlier collections, you'll see a very natural sort of progression. There's a lot more detail. Everything's a lot more simplistic, which, doesn't say it's worse. It's still very, very beautiful. It's just very different. But still, the style is still there. I think the fact that, being a digital artist was really easy in this space because this was a revolution for digital artists to be able to be paid fairly for their work, to be able to sell one-of-ones, because previous to Web3, digital artists couldn't sell their art as one-of-ones. It just wasn't possible, because everyone would be like, well, if I can right click and say, well, why not? Why should I pay for this? So the fact that, you know, blockchain technology has provided digital artists as a way to create a certificate of authenticity, to say that this is a one-of-one, or this is a one of 25, this is an open edition, I think it has really empowered digital artists. And so I think my style and my medium naturally lends itself towards Web3. I think that, you know, during, you know, the sort of burnout of the bull market, I think, which everyone to some level has experienced, especially if they were on Twitter like all the time, I did need to sort of explore other forms of art. And, you know, I am also, you know, I teach a couple of local kids in my area. I do art tuition. I was an art facilitator before I was, you know, before I was dived into Web3. So I was doing some art parties for kids. I was doing some after school art clubs. So, you know, digital art has always been a sort of like the biggest part of my sort of creative process. But I also love the sort of craftiness of, you know, things that you do for fun with kids, you know, because I think that gets back to this sort of like joyness of art, and none of that ever is seen in the Web3 world, I don't think. But I still love that. I mean, you know, previous to this, working in theatre, I was working on costume on set. So I was making costumes for the circus. I was doing like mad things. And I just love any form of sort of creativeness, because I think you work really hard on something, and then when you see the outcome, there's no bigger sort of high, I think, than when that happens. So yeah, I think the digital art will always be there, but I think, you know, my sort of like downtime is always other things. So you know, things like paper mache or like painting, or yeah, I don't know, making clothes. I really want to make, like, actually sew my own clothes. That's another thing that I'd love to do. But yeah, I know it's been an interesting journey, and I think if you look at my digital art style, I think you can see a progression in itself. But yeah, I'm super excited for the other stuff too. I love to craft.
I love finding out that about you as well, because, you know, I have a 45-year history. I stopped in the pandemic. I stopped dancing. But I am a professional dancer in New York City, and teacher, and have done the theater thing and costume making and all. And I just loved all of that, you know, about you as well. Really have the same interests where that's concerned. And so I don't know, Nadia, are you finished?
I still have some questions, but I'll give it to you, and then yeah, I have them. I can ask later.
Great. Okay. So I want to know about the Malika drop. If you just give me 1 second here, because my notes just went up the. So you have an upcoming art drop, which is today, okay? And you can tell us all about this. Really exciting, and about your on Floriculture World on Foundation, released just today, okay? And so if you could tell us more about Malika and what's the story behind this artwork. Also, why did you choose, you know, Foundation?
Would love to talk about Malika. Actually, Wildy in here, Wildy Martinez, also known as Wildflowers, she's also part of this Floriculture Foundation world, and it's been really great. So a good friend of ours, Jack Pittry, has decided to create this Floriculture Foundation world, create all this sort of like bringing together all of these artists, creating works sort of around flowers, flora, and it was really, really lovely to be invited. And he has curated some amazing, amazing artists. And every month there is a group of artists releasing artworks. And honestly, if Jack asked me anything, I would do just about anything for him. He's so, so lovely. He's an amazing artist in himself, and he's also a graphic designer. But unfortunately, I couldn't join the first couple of exhibitions, which happened on previous months. But I was able to release Malika as part of this exhibition. And it is a limited edition of 15 artworks at 0.01 ETH. And, you know, when Jack invited me to be part of this, the moment he said floriculture, I was like listening to Miley Cyrus and her song Flowers, which I think is a remake of another song by another artist. But it was all about sort of like female empowerment and self-love. And I was just like, you know what, this is what my onto in artwork, this would be it. I created Malika as a sort of like ode to, I don't know, like a love letter to yourself, I think. And I decided, you know what, instead of a bio, a very cheesy bio by written by me, maybe I could write a haiku, because a haiku seems a lot more manageable than writing a poem. But it turned out pretty good, I think. I'm really proud of Flowers, sort of Malika, and I'm really proud of the haiku I wrote for it. It's a really, really lovely piece, and it's just, I don't know. Yeah, I hope that anyone who sort of mints a piece feels like they are sending a love letter to themselves. And each owner of Malika will be able to claim a free print of Malika to hang on their walls, maybe, if they wanted to.
Again, I love the color palette for this drop, and you can see in on the screen that we have here and throughout the metaverse. If you look on the walls on your way in and way out, we have Leah's gorgeous work. And thanks again to the AWEDACITY team for making all of this possible, and making the Mentorverse look so special all the time. So I wanted to ask here, one second. Again, my notes here. It keeps keeps flipping back to the top. Okay. So I wanted to know again about Malika. Now, with this, as you said, the limited edition artwork that you're going to drop, are there any other special features or utilities, or do you have anything planned like that for Malika?
No, it's just a piece of artwork. I think a lot of, unlike sort of a lot of PFP collections or projects, there's not a lot of utility apart from the artwork itself. It's been for a long time now. A lot of my artwork has had some utility attached to it, but I think I've sort of like honed into sort of my artistic side, and I feel like the art in itself is its utility. And I think I'm an artist of I've only got a certain amount of hours in a day, and I think it's all about trying to present what you can reasonably achieve. And I think I work really hard on these artworks, and I hope they bring you a little bit of joy when you see them, if you collect them. And I think the stories in themselves are is its own value. Sorry, my tense is really terrible. It's 8 p.m. here, so my language deteriorates the later it gets in the evening. But yeah, it's all about the art for me recently, and the fashion. It's all about the fashion itself. I think my work just, I hope, speaks for itself, and I hope that's enough for whoever sees it and whoever collects it. Yeah.
before I turn it over back to Nadia, I wanted to know, do you see any future trends in fashion that might emerge? Or have you come up with something new that what are you seeing for the future of this emerging technology?
That's a really interesting question. I think it was very interesting having visited NFT Paris this year, especially because it was happening the week before Fashion Week. So there was a lot of fashion brands there, and the thing that kept on being talked about was digital twins. So it was really interesting to see that the technology was sort of gearing towards that. It was not the fact of having an NFT and being able to claim physical merch. It was actually to be able to have garments that were chipped or luxury goods that were chipped, so that you had a certificate of authenticity. So you were able to sell it on and say, this is the authentic sort of brand. I think that was a very interesting thing to come out of it. About my experience, I think the big conversation that I was seeing at NFT Paris was also AI and how and use cases of AI in the creative process. I've heard some really interesting sort of ways in which companies have been really using it specifically for certain things to enhance their product, rather than just using it in everything that they were doing. And also, the bigger the brand, the more liable they are for things like IP rights, questions on, the right to use any of the data that gets inputted into AI. So it was really interesting conversations about where it was going. But, I think in terms of the fashion aspect, a lot of bigger brands are looking at producing less, but being able to be part of the long usage of a garment. So being able to be part of the process when you sell it on, if they were able to be part of the secondary sales, the royalties, they maybe don't have to produce as much. It was an interesting thought, but certainly digital twins or product passports, those were the things that people were talking about a lot at NFT Paris, which I thought was very, very interesting.
I thought about, too, when I saw your fashions, the chipped fashions, about future recycling, of garments, just like with the vintage stuff now, and how that chip in that patch might go on to be in other garments, and isn't that cool? And then you could trace it, and perhaps if you're still alive or something like that, say, because I don't think it's going to be in that distant future, you'll be able to interact with your community, of course, like you're talking about, and you have the capacity to change the the interface and what the customer sees, and offer them new things, but it's going to be so cool to track that garment in the future. When we were young, there weren't a lot, people didn't have a lot of clothing, and there were hand-me-downs, and it'd be great because your fashions definitely lend themselves to reselling and regifting and things like that. They just look amazing, and even though I don't have it in my hands yet, it just, everything looks so sturdy. Like I said, you've and whoever you have that's manufacturing those for you, the patterns that you picked out are outstanding, and everything just looks beautiful too. You really have the two of you, I have to give your husband credit as well, since you are the two of you have done a really good job. So I'm going to pass the mic back to the mompreneur. I know her ears are probably standing up because you mentioned AI.
That's right. I had another question before getting to AI, but as soon as she started talking about AI, I moved things around. So Thank you for mentioning that. And as an AI enthusiast, I would love to hear, when did you start using AI and how did you integrate it in your process?
Oh yeah, I need to clarify. I haven't used AI, not yet. I'm not. I haven't sort of taken the time to discover yet. It's just I think there was some interesting conversations at NFT Paris that I thought was very, it was very exciting. I think you can't go to a conference without someone mentioning AI and talking about, how it fits into sort of like culture, Web3 culture, sort of business culture, everything, process, artistic process, creative process, enhancing sort of business. I think, there's nothing that AI won't touch soon, I think. And, it's just inevitable. So, I think I am really excited to explore. I haven't given it enough time yet, and I feel like I need to just slow down and do it properly. I just didn't want to rush it, but it was, I would be really excited to see how it works. I don't think I am incredibly precise in my sort of control over my creative process, because I think for a long time I haven't been in control over my creative process working in theatre. So I feel like everything that I do, if I incorporate AI, needs to be really intentional. And I need to feel like I am in control over the process. So yeah, I need to give it a little bit more time. But yeah.
Has its own. My other question would be about something that really, when I was looking at your artwork, your shop, your website, has really made a big impression on me, which is the inclusivity in your art for women of colors and covered women. I really love that. I know we have we've been seeing it with other bigger collection, but you as an individual, we should give you a lot of respect, for considering that and making that happen. Would love to know, because I know it is not easy as an individual to think of all those things.
Of course, I was happy to help. I made it derivative.
What inspired?
It's been very, very interesting. I think when I was in lockdown and I discovered illustration, I mean, I remember drawing women in fashionable clothes with little cat ears and a cat tail when I was like 5 or 6. I've been drawing for like forever, and so what really is sort of became an issue for me was that I am half Malay, half English. I may not look it, but my mum and my mum's side of the family is as Malay as you can get it. They are, they don't look like me, and it was really, movement became so prevalent. Are we being loud enough, and are we doing enough to combat our unconscious bias? And when I was looking back at all my drawings, I was seeing people that looked like me, but I was not seeing anyone that looked like a lot of subtle and not so subtle misogyny, and it was a little bit irritating. And I just thought, why is it that women are not represented well here? And then why are diverse groups not represented here? And all of the artwork was pretty much made by crypto bros who were called Brad, made 4 crypto bros that were called Brad. And, you know, it was just like, well, this is not where I want to, you know, this is not the place that I want us, because I was trying to consciously think about my unconscious bias during lockdown. My rare in the space. I think there was only a few PFP collections that were truly diverse, and majority of those were women, you know, female-led collections. And so there was a lot of people who felt like, oh, they wanted to be part of this technological revolution, but they couldn't mint anything that felt like they represented them. So they were like, oh, we'll buy Leah's work, we'll buy work from Power of Women. And then what happened was that I started listening to these stories, and these stories were suddenly, you know, it's not just a case of diversity, it's a case of underrepresented stories. There were stories on, just when we were talking about motherhood, I was holding a Twitter space on motherhood with about 200 people in the space, you know, my first space that I was hosting. I mean, it was absolutely wild. And people were coming up to tell stories publicly about, you know, about miscarriage, about being queer and trying to be a mum, and, you know, struggling to adopt, or struggling to even, you know, adopt their partner's child, having issues, you know, finding out that you are disabled. And it was just, you know, all of these, and that was just on motherhood. I held other days and things about, you know, cultural representation. And it was just such a beautiful moment of, you know, feeling like Power of Women could be this platform for everyone who, you know, felt like, oh, you know, this space is amazing, the tech is amazing, but this is not the diversity we want to see if we're thinking about the future of art, the future of tech. And so for a while, especially during the bull market, you know, I was creating artworks. Women of the Metaverse was all about stories inspired by the community, all to do with, you know, LGBTIQ plus, diverse representation in terms of, you know, cultural heritage, in terms of motherhood, in terms of all sorts of topics. And, you know, it's been really, really great. And, you know, a lot of the community, a lot of, you know, my community members are sort of maybe the most diverse sort of community members in, I would say, in the Web3 space. And because that was the case, you know, a lot of people sort of left because they just couldn't afford to spend the time or the money to stay in the space. And that was absolutely fine. So, yeah, I, you know, transitioned into artwork that was still diverse representation, but probably less sort of like, in terms of like asking for their, you know, personal stories, and sort of using, I don't know, storytelling as an artwork as a form of therapy. I'm not sure, but yeah, it's been, you know, I think that's a huge part of sort of my work, and why, you know, as much as possible, diverse representation is really important. I think it's maybe an apology to my mum and to my cultural heritage that maybe I put aside or subconsciously was not recognizing enough. So yeah, I am here to, I don't know, to do better, and create work that hopefully does a little bit better for the world. I don't know, and just something beautiful as well.
I'm all emotional over here.
Thank you so much for sharing that.
Really, you're a beautiful soul. My mother was LGBTQ. She's deceased now, 20 years, and but you know, thank you so much, Leah, you know, for just being who you are, and being inclusive. A lot of us are you know, mixed ethnicity and race, especially in Europe and in the US where I am, and I'm Hispanic, okay, ethnicity. My grandmother's from Puerto Rico. We have family from Africa, East Africa, and Spain. And I just love, you know, I was mentioning that to you before, being a global citizen now, and going forward, we have to, make this a better world, like you're saying, and recognize that we all came from from different places that it flavored us, spiced us, and made us who we are, and we all, but we all deserve to be here, and we all just deserve to be, period. So I'm going to wrap this up, this hour up, and we're just going over slightly. If there's a question you want, with Leah, please put it in the chat. I hope you'll come back again, Leah, after you, as your work progresses, and, love to have you come back here. And it just was a pleasure. Like I said, you got me really emotional with that last stuff. You really are beautiful. So I wanted to remind everybody that we have a PO app. And so would you like to if you want to get your PO app out? And Leah, if you give us the code.
I've actually been DMing everyone. Hopefully I'm
great
with your individual link, so you'll be able to
look at this.
So it does look like a random text, but I just have been trying to multitask. Not very. But yeah, if you haven't received a DM from me, just DM me and I'll send you an individual sort of PO app mint link. So yeah, please do that. And yeah, it's been an absolute
Sorry, I was going to mention one other thing. Your 10% off offer for your fashions. Okay, if you could tell everybody where to go, on your page, and the code. I don't know how long you'll leave that active, Leah, but the code for today, okay, for 10% off of Leah's fashions is PEG, PEG.
Yes, I'm typing it out now. There we go. And yeah, and PEG as a 10% discount code is available for you to use for a month long. I think it's a month long, on my website, which I've just posted in the chats. Yeah, and it's just a little thank you for having me. And I hope that if you do decide to collect anything, buy any garments, that you use the discount code for sure, and it brings you a lot of joy. So yeah, I think that was it.
I know it will. Okay, I know. Like I said, these these garments are really stunning, and I could just see them going on for generations. They really are beautiful fashions. Yeah. Maria says, I want one. I know you do. You definitely do. Thanks again, Leah, and thanks to my co-host, Nadia the Mompreneur. So we're going to be back with another show like this one in the metaverse. We have long necky ladies, Nyla Hayes. Okay, so I hope you'll all come back. I've just recently been asked to be an ambassador for Nyla. She's put together a community. I've been with her a while. She's gifted me a couple of long necky ladies, and she's also gifted me an IP. Okay, where it's a dinosaur with an afro. She's a nurse, has little Crocs and a stethoscope on that I can use for my adult community. It's going to be a lot of fun. And my son got a big laugh out of it. He said, "Oh yeah, they're your community. They're dinosaurs." I said, "Yeah." So Leah, thanks again for being who you are and for coming to the metaverse. Thanks, to your, I have to give flowers to your husband too for everything that the two of you are doing. It's great that you're working together. And again, Nadia the Mompreneur, thanks so much. Why don't you unmic and say goodbye?
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Peg, for making this experience happen. Thank you, Audacity and On Cyber, and especially Leah for sharing all, her stories with us. Thank you for your creativity, your innovation, your inclusivity. You're amazing. And we're here to support artists like you. It was such a pleasure.
And thanks to the team at Audacity. So I'm gonna take us out now. So I had something here, but it didn't work out for the music. So I'm gonna but Audacity usually takes care of that. And if you'd like to do some dancing for a few minutes, they'll have it open for just a couple of minutes. So yes, you'll play. They're going to put some music on so we can dance. So thanks so much for everyone for coming. I really appreciate you, and see you next month.
Holding hands with your heart to see you. Only blue talking love. Remember how we knew love was here to stay. Now December, found a love to share. September, only blue talking love. Remember true love we shared today. What you think, what you feel, what you know, to be real.
Hey everyone, I don't know if you can hear me, but thanks so much for coming to my SheFi graduation party. I am waiting for other people to join. They, I don't know, oh, you can hear me great. Some people can't access the link, or they waited too long or something like that. So I'm giving the links out, and I hope they join. And I'm so excited that you're all here, though. You know, this is great. Oh, I love the Pepe. Woo! I'm waiting on Maggie Love, so somebody can tell me if she's here. She's supposed to speak at 1:15, and we'll give it a couple more minutes, and then I'll get started. Okay, I'll take that musical break there for a minute, and we'll get started then, because Maggie was supposed to speak at 1:15. It's 1:15 now, and I'm just going to, I'll begin the presentation, the party. Thank you all so much for coming to my SheFi graduation party. I'm hoping that my father can get in. I can't see if he's here. I hope he's here. And my son is also supposed to come. And there's a woman here, Karen, who I want to acknowledge. I see Tatiana just joined. Tatiana is the artist of our POAP today, and she's my artist who she's been drawing me for a while now, and I love her so much. She's very, very talented. So follow Tatiana Torres. Okay, so I want to thank you again, everybody for coming. And like I said, there's a woman that's here, who's like a daughter to me. I'm so glad that she made it. Her name is Karen. And so I want to start off this party by saying this is not financial advice. Okay, so go ahead and have a good time. I didn't tell you what to do, but I'm telling you to join SheFi.org. So hang on one second. I just have something here in the background. It's New York City. Oh, great. Okay, so I'll just give I was going to talk for a minute while we're waiting for her. Okay, so I'm just going to give the mic over to Adrienne Wiles Najima. She's a very good friend of mine who's been doing meditations for a lot of the spaces that we are in. And Adrienne, if you could take the mic, please, and she's going to give us a brief grounding meditation.
Hi, everybody. GM. It's so nice to be here, especially to celebrate our beloved Peg. We'll take about 2 minutes just to ground in the space, starting with our physical body, and then bringing attention into being held by the earth and bringing that all into the metaverse together. So thank you so much for having me, Peg. My name's Adrienne Najma, and I'm so happy to be here with y'all. So I'll start with a few invitations, just reminding us that we're always in choice. So if something feels better to you, please follow your inner knowing and do that. I'd invite you to sit if possible, feeling the support of the earth below you, placing a hand on your lower belly and a hand on your heart space, feeling that energetic pull, and bringing attention to your abdomen. And then if you can, I'd invite you to close your eyes and allow the space around your eyes and your brow to soften. We'll take a few moments feeling the soles of our feet connected to the earth, feeling the seat below us and behind us, allowing ourselves to be held by gravity. Taking a few collective breaths, drawing and allowing our energy to sink
Maggie can't distract me.
in and deep.
Okay, Maggie's going to speak, and then I'm going to speak. So turn that way.
Finding that,
Yeah, turn your legs in. So you
finding that pull of
go to the base.
our heart that connects us to ourselves and then transcends space and time, where we meet here to celebrate our beloved Peg. So as we bring our groundedness into the metaverse space, I'd invite you all to continue to feel the support of the earth below your feet and your back body supported by your chair. And allow yourself to continue to soften as we dance and celebrate our beloved Peg. Thank you for those few moments of mindfulness and heart connection, my dear sweet Peg. I love you so much and I'm so proud of you.
She's such a nice person. Thank you, Adrian. That was really beautiful. I'm going to be crying all day. Okay, so, oh, beautiful. Thank you so much. I feel great. And so I want to, so that for the sake of time, I'm going to introduce the founder of SheFi, Maggie Love. Just give me 1 second here. Having a problem here. Somebody's getting me for a link. Just one moment. This
Peg, can I share my favorite heart fact while you're taking a second?
Yes. Please,
okay.
Please, yes.
Favorite things is that our heart, our energetic heart and our physical heart actually radiate further than any other organ of our body, somewhere between 22 to 36 inches. So when we get to see each other IRL and like your heart skips a beat and then you see one of your besties, it's that our heart energy has actually collided and interacted with a loved one before our consciousness even noticed it. And what's so cool and what I find interesting about these metaverse spaces is that we still have a collective heart experience. So even though we're probably spread out all over the country and the world, we still have a beautiful group heart. And so dropping in even for 120 seconds, it's like such a lovely experience that we're all bringing in our own like divine energy and contributing. So it's just so lovely to be with you all.
Wow, that's beautiful. Thank you so much, Adrian. I really appreciate you coming, and and you always make me feel really good. So thanks once again. I'm going to just briefly tell you why we're here today, and that's because I graduated from SheFi University yesterday, or I completed the program for shefi.org, and it's changed my life. This is a revolutionary program, which I am going to tell every feminine person in my life. Anne-Marie, I see you there. I'm going to tell every feminine person in my life that this is a must, okay? First of all, I feel like I was divinely led to SheFi. I knew about this from session 2, cohort 2, and a friend of mine who's a mentor, Seema Alexander, I want to shout out to her. She took the course, and I kept watching and watching, as each went by. I had to take 2 pauses for cancer treatments. And so, I put it on the back burner and figured one day I would join myself. I think I joined exactly at the right time. When I came into the space in 2000, actually my history is much longer than that to arrive here, but I knew that Web3, where it was going, and the early days in Clubhouse, then on Twitter, and now on X, all of the experiences that I had there, it was kind of like scattered, and all of us we had like locked arms when we first got in there. It really did feel like we were divinely led into these spaces, and came to know people that had the same journey as us. So I'm going to turn this over to Maggie, and then I'll tell you a little bit more about that journey. And I want to thank her. I lost my phone, just went to the screen saver, but I wanted to say SheFi.org, okay? It's designed to make Web3 learning accessible and inclusive. And if you don't know what Web3 is, okay, you need to ask me or find out or take the course. So it's 8 weeks of educational instruction, hands-on tech demos, and peer support aimed at accelerating Web3 careers. And when I tell you Maggie Love is a visionary, I'm so far beyond, and how she's just taking every little crumb of things that we've been doing and learning and laying them out, okay, as a trail to, and, you know, as she says, the frontier is feminine. So she's, you know, laying that trail for us to continue to take, you know, all of our belongings, okay, with her into the 21st century. So I'm going to introduce Maggie Love of SheFi.
Okay, well, what a beautiful meditation and introduction, Peg. I do believe in trusting in the timing of your life and divine timing. So I'm really grateful that you joined SheFi for season 10 and got to spend 3 hours a week with you, learning together, going on this journey together to explore and master Web3. And I'm just really happy to be a part of this celebration. Peg, I admire you so much. And you know, you're definitely a lifelong learner, and that's something I very much aspire to be as well. And what I really am trying to do with SheFi, and something I like to communicate to people all the time, is that, you know, we get stuck with all of these qualifiers of like who we are. Like we studied this in school and then we had this as our job. So therefore we like have to take this one path. And what I really wanted to do with SheFi, beyond fix the horrendous gender gap that I was seeing happening in 2019 when I was starting to build this program, was I wanted just to remind everyone that Web3 is new, right? Bitcoin was only born in 2009, the matriarch of crypto. So we don't have all of this like debt of a system existing for a long time and you know, only getting to be built by a certain group of people who are allowed to be there. And so what I really wanted to do with SheFi is not just teach you DeFi or infrastructure or consumer, but really remind all the women and non-binary folks that come through the program that you have the opportunity to reinvent yourself. You can be a lifelong learner. The only thing you really need to learn is curiosity, commitment, and belief. Right? So it's really an inner thing that if you truly believe that you can learn crypto, if you're curious about it, and then if you commit to it, if you dedicate time coming to class, doing the on-chain quests to help like solidify that, asking for help when you need it. We do have a guiding lights program. So if you get stuck doing anything, you know, other women are there to really sit on a Zoom with you for as long as it takes so you can bridge your tokens, swap, claim NFTs, post on Web3 social. So I really wanted to build like a robust program for women so that they could actually, you know, feel like they could potentially do something brand new. Because crypto is so brand new, it's hard to say that you need to have this type of experience or that type of experience. And if anybody's saying that, don't listen to them. So that was really the goal, like reinvention through this core niche of the internet that I've been playing in since 2016, which was crypto. And what I really hope is that you come in SheFi and you learn about Web3, and not only do you contribute to the space, but then you go on and you decide you want to master something else brand new because you're reminded you just learned a pretty technical ecosystem, how it works, and that should really open your mind to this like limitless reinvention and lifelong learning. And so that is definitely something I see in Peg. She's such an inspiration, you know, showing up to class, bringing the good energy. We try to start class too with like a meditation or some affirmations, really just get people out of the lizard brain that's like, there's all these things I have to do. I'm taking a break from work to do this, or, you know, baby screaming in the background or dog doing this, just kind of like ground ourselves and like, this is time for me. This is time for my learning. This is time to be in a space where even if I see something new, I'm going to have the mindset that I will understand it if I keep coming back to it. So it's a lot of fun, honestly. And then I'm so lucky because we do events all over the world. We have them about once a month in New York City. So I've gotten to meet Peg in person outside of this metaverse, which was an absolute joy. And we'll be doing another one on June 27th. But we host SheFi summits all over the world as well. So we'll be in Brussels, in Asia, and then we have local chapter leads all over the world hosting events in anywhere from London to San Francisco to Mexico City, Argentina, Taiwan, Vietnam. So it's really quite a beautiful community as well. So, SheFi is this course, but hopefully you stay and you enjoy the community and our virtual clubs and local events and proper SheFi summits, and just continue to take in that knowledge, that relationship building, that like nurturing support of a community that I really hope SheFi creates for everyone. So really just the main takeaway here is be exactly who you want to be, learn until, your last day, and always believe in your reinvention. That's really what I want to inspire with SheFi. So feel free to check out our website, Ask Peg. Peg is a SheFi supernova, so she can answer lots of questions. And, we have our season 11 coming up in just 2 weeks now, June 18th. So looks like around 707 people are already registered, and we'd love to see you as well. But if now's not the time, there's always more time. So yes, I'm always dancing too. Peg and I are both dancers. Peg and I are both Margarets. So a lot of synchronicity here. And yes, we have Canada. We have Toronto and Vancouver, very strong presence there. So if you're in Canada, we can direct you to those communities. They're going to start doing lots of events. So thanks so much for inviting me, Peg. This is the most incredible metaverse I've ever been in, ever. And it's an honor to be a part of your journey. And thanks for being a part of mine too. And excited to see what happens after graduation. I know you'll stay a big part of the SheFi community. So I'm really excited about that.
Thank you so much, Maggie. You really mean a lot to me, and I'm so glad that you're in my life to guide me, like I said, through all the new things. And as I said, I believe I joined just at the right time with all of the information that I had previously. And I want to tell anyone that's here right now that if you're having imposter syndrome, drop it immediately. Okay. And Maggie, that's what you did for me. Okay. Yesterday, after completion of the classes and everything, I said, I'm not even going to feel that anymore. I'm completely getting rid of that imposter syndrome. I'm supposed to be here. And I thank you so much for, the guiding light and that you're providing to help myself and other women. And I sure am. I'm so enthusiastic about SheFi that what I would like to do is, to bring in lots more females, like I told you, I was saying at the beginning. And I'm very enthusiastic about this. Like I said, it connected all of the dots of things that, were out there that I was trying to learn and do, and I brought them all together. So I just want to say that before I do a little speech here, I want to thank my family and things, and a couple of people that have helped me. I would like to say that there's a poem today, done by a brilliant artist.
If you have anything to do that help her, she's phenomenal. Okay, she'd be a great asset to SheFi. I don't know if my word gets her anything there. And Maria, who's here, she's another one. Longtime friend. She got a scholarship, so I really thank you for that. And you're not going to be sorry. Let me tell you about both of these women. So you get your POAP app. That's why I was giving you a little bit of time to grab your POAP app, and you go to the Mint button. And you type in lowercase letters, PEG, P-E-G. And that's it, okay? And I want to give the POAP early to whoever who's here because I'm a POAP hunter. I get a kick out of myself. I'm a POAP hunter, and I know what it's like, and I want those POAPs. And so our POAP's done by Tatiana Torres. I'm really honored that she did that. And we also, I have a couple of giveaways. I'm going to give away a coffee package and a tea package, and I'm going to let the AWEDACITY staff, and I forgot to thank them, okay? Are they awesome or what? Okay, give a thunderous applause to Stephanie and Nathania, the incredible ladies of the founders of the AWEDACITY Metaverse. I love them. I've been here about a year and a half now. They really, look what they did is an outstanding job. I didn't have to do a thing. I walked into my party today. You must join. Again, all the women, I want to come in, and Maggie hopefully will put up a dedicated SheFi cafe. That would be so cool. I don't know where I was. Okay, I just wanted to thank my family, my mother Barbara and my father Harvey, if he's here, two super creative people that made me culturally aware all my life, and they just are two outstanding so much. My son Jake, if he made it here, because I see some people are anonymous, I hope he was able to come. And Simona, his wife, just lost her mother, so I didn't expect that she would be here. But she's an awesome voiceover artist, guys. She's the voice of 4 Pokemon. And my son's a phenomenal working artist. So, and I have Karen here. I know she's here. She's like a daughter to me. And there is another man, one more man. That's Milad. We're missing him today, and he's working. So, but again, if you go to the POAP app, get your POAP with PEG, small letters, okay? So I also want to thank the World of Women NFT, okay? Pamela Kerr, who's my co-host on About That with Pam and Peg for over a year, and I hope we can get back together. She moved, okay, so we're gonna see about that. But we featured a lot of Web3 artists, up and coming people, and all different NFT projects early on. It was really great. I want to thank Heather Doyle from Coin Queens. Heather led a project where we inscribed ordinals as a historic women's project back in March 7th, just in time for International Women's Day 2023. And my ordinal is just over the 1 million mark. Okay, and we have some in the project are at like the 500,000 mark. So that was just an awesome thing. I want to thank June Klein, if she's here. She made it here. She is the GOAT, people. Okay, June was like with IBM at 1970s and everything. And she's been a wonderful mentor. She's in fintech. Okay, anybody want a fintech mentor? Okay, June is the person. Seema Alexander, also mentor. Bella Iron Ella. Okay, Bella is a very good friend of mine. I love her, and we've been, holding tight through Web3 together. Okay, I want to thank my BFF who couldn't make it in here today, but Patty's my BFF of 46 years. Okay, so it's great to have good friends. And the last two, my brother Chip. My brother Chip died in December, and he was just a phenomenal guy, and he understood everything I was doing here, and he was my biggest cheerleader. He helped me get to all of the things that I did go to, okay, 2 different VCons, and to speak at the World of Women Gala, where I was nominated for an award, and also to speak at Women in Web3 conference, and he just, I miss him so much. He's my Irish twin. We're 54 weeks apart. He's 1 year younger. And so at last, I want to thank Gary V. I love Gary V so much. He's like family. I've gotten to meet Gary and know Gary V pretty well. So it's been something. Okay, another divinely led thing where Gary's mom, okay, it's so funny. I talk about these people like I know them, but I don't know them, but I've met them, you know, and Gary's mom, she said it's God. She said, God, you know, all of the things that I've done with Gary for 20 years. And so Gary's been teaching, I've been learning to fish with Gary V for 20 years. One of the things that I'm really excited about, I don't know if Sandra Abrams made it today, and Dr. Lem. There are two of my friends that I made in Web3, and Sandra, if you're here, I want you to take the mic. Okay, Dr. Lem also. I see, there's my Jake is the anonymous astronaut on the couch. Okay, he just texted me. So, anyway, where the heck was I with Gary V? Okay, and I want that come on up, take the mic for a minute. Sandra has an initiative on board 60, and I've been teaching adults over 50 technology for 20 years in the 50 plus tech club. So I also want to thank my husband Michael. He's 40 years, and Michael and I did a lot in tech together, and so really pioneering things that you know got me to this point. So I want to thank him as well. So you know, just everybody, here's my advice for my life advice, okay? Just make the most of what you've got. You know, when things are going wrong for you, or, you know, it's just, things are hard, just say, you know, okay, I have this day, okay? Whoever, God, the universe, whatever you feel, you know, gave me this day, and whatever resources I have at my hand, I'm going to make the most out of this day. Okay, and I'm going to plan to, you know, plan for my future, and I'm, you know, just going to use every single day, and so something else too, and I think Marie Forleo's mother said it best. Okay, everything is figure-outable. Marie Forleo's mother was a real character from what I read, and she, you know, was like myself. She could, I could build radios. My father taught us to build radios. When I was young, that's another thing that led me to this space. And she was a really phenomenal person. So, you know, love your family and your friends hard, okay? That's, you know, and have empathy and sympathy for everyone, because they're all fighting a hard battle, you know, including your family, which sometimes that's some of the hardest people to to deal with, you know, but and sometimes they don't feel like they're in your corner, but they are. They always are. So, and you'll know that at the end, right? That's so I thank you again for coming, and I want to pass the mic, okay? So I want to give the mic over to anybody that would like to say hello, and if you could take care of that, Stephanie, Nathaniel, I don't know, I'll just unmic, and if somebody maybe wants to go in the chat and say, I'll take the mic. But if Sandra's here, okay.
What does she say? What is the talk about? When you press the top.
Thanks, Nathaniel. I really appreciate the two of you. While we have a moment, if you would like, please, I'm kind of scattered. I'd love you to talk about the Audacity Metaverse to the women that are here that aren't members yet, and they can see how fantastic this space is and what a benefit it is. You can hold meetings here, and I haven't uploaded my media yet. I'm going to get to that this weekend, but Audacity, they can tell you better than me, but they provide streaming services for all of our lives and things like that. And so why don't you tell them about it, Nathaniel?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Jake.
Yeah, hey, it's Jake. I'm Peg's son. And I just came to say congratulations. This is an amazing space that you've put together. It's an amazing meeting space. Peg has been on the forefront of the Web3 and cyber cryptocurrency, and anyway, she's so much more sophisticated with this stuff than I am, and it's supposed to be the other way around. But anyway, congratulations, Peg.
Thank you, Jake. I love you. We all know what we know. We all do what we're best at, so that's it. You got to see this guy's art. Okay, he's just incredible, and I'm so blessed to have a really incredible human being as a son. For some reason, my character won't dance, but I'm good right now. It's like I've been dancing for 45 years. Maybe she wants to sit down a little bit.
Hey, Peg, it's Stephanie. I just wanted to say congratulations, and this is really exciting to see how far you've come with this and be able to celebrate with you. And thank you so much for being able to involve Maggie Love. Thank you, Maggie, if you're still here. It was so great to hear you speak about your initiative. And we are certainly hopeful that if there are any women here who are not part of Peg's cohort and are interested in enrolling in SheFi's new program, that you do that. And if anyone, just some like lay of the land kind of thing for the space, there's a slideshow, like a slide deck for SheFi in the rear next to the back wall that says "The Frontier is Feminine." If you're interested and you want to learn more about that. And then we also we have a little one of those neon selfie walls there, the hedge wall, the front that says "The Frontier is Feminine." For those of you who didn't pick up on it, that's the tagline that Maggie uses for SheFi. But we encourage everyone to grab a selfie in front of that and share it on your socials, just to kind of get the word out about everyone and everything we're all doing. So thank you everybody for coming, and enjoy the rest of the party.
I don't know if my father made it in. He's the voice. Okay, so I can't tell because of the anonymous things, and I don't see an email from him that he didn't make it in. But yeah, he's got the voice. My father's a radio disc jockey. Notable one from the 60s and 70s. So if he's here, and Jake has a nice voice too. Jake, I think he used to do college radio a little bit. So, but I want to thank everybody for coming, and I just wanted to, I wasn't even prepared for a lot of this today. Again, the AWEDACITY staff, I had a lot to do. I wanted to make sure that I completed the SheFi program in time. One thing about SheFi, you are registered for life, okay? And for right now, you're allowed to take all of the previous, I'm in cohort 10, you can take the previous, 9 lessons, and they're all in there, okay? A whole library of courses. And then we get lifetime access to, so with cohort 11, we're allowed to re-register. Okay, we can't just pop in and out, it'd be a little bit chaotic, right? But we're allowed to re-register. And so if you're here and you were in SheFi and you weren't even aware of that, okay, that you could re-register for this semester, you can. And I definitely plan on taking the courses throughout because, there's so many great side events that SheFi has, so that you can learn about wallets and different support. And I plan to, like I said, utilize SheFi, as part of the education that I'm doing. I'm not using their content yet. Maybe in the future they'll begin to train teachers or something, and I'd be honored to teach their curriculum. So, thanks. Thanks, Tatiana. I really appreciate that. She added 2 moments in the Poe app with a screenshot of the room so that you'll remember the moment. I tell you, you people are just awesome, and it's wonderful to have you all as good friends. And thanks, Tatiana. I'm getting overwhelmed. That's really, really special. So all of you made this day special. We don't have to stay for 2 hours. I made it so that in case people wanted to pop in and out, I don't know, Stephanie and Nathaniel, if you just want to, leave it open, I'll stay. But if nobody else wants to take the mic or anything, we can close it up at 2:00, and it's Friday. Please post your selfies here and your moments. I love you so much, everybody. Thank you very, very much for coming, and it was really special that you were here. With the space will stay open. Okay, so we'll be here. I'm going to see if I can get my character to dance. I had a really great time in the AWEDACITY conference that they had in February. So again, these 2 whoa, I'm going to see if I can dance now. Let's see where he has to dance. Stand her up first. Okay. creatures dancing in it. It's unbelievable. I'm tired. You up all night, huh?
Gotta move on. Gotta move on. Gotta move on.
I definitely choreographed last time at the event. This is so much fun.
Won't you take me to Won't you take me to Funky Town? Won't you take me to Funky Town?
Having business. They have all my media and everything. Can you see it?
Suddenly you're in my life, a part of everything I do. You got me working day and night, just trying to keep a hold on you. Here in your arms I found my paradise, my only chance for happiness. And if I lose you now, I think I would die. Oh, say you'll always be my baby. We can't make it shine. We can't take forever, just a minute at a time. You are more than a woman to me, baby. More than a woman. More than a woman to me. There are stories all that true. People so in love like you and me, and I can't see myself reflecting how I feel for you. Thinking about those people that I know that ain't no doubt to give. I fall in love with you again. This is the only way that we
I'm over here on the screen.
This is the only way to go. And if I lose your love, I know I would die. Oh, say you'll always be my baby. We can make it shine. We can take forever, just a minute at a time. You are more than a woman. Yes, you are, baby. More than a woman. More than a woman to me. You are more than a woman. More than a woman. More than a woman to me. Every day of my life. More than a woman. Oh, baby. More than a woman to me. You are more than a woman. More than a woman to me. She treats me good like a lover should. More than a woman.
Mentorverse.
I'm glad you're home. Now, did you really miss me? I guess you did have a look in your eyes. Really bad, and you laughed while I put away the dishes. And you can walk her back. You can ring my bell.
Young artist, and I'm
Ring my bell. You can ring my bell. You can ring my bell. The night is young and full of possibilities. Well, come on and let yourself be free. My love for you, so long I've been saving. The night was made for me and you. You can ring my bell, ring my bell, ring your bell. Ring my bell, ring my bell, ring a ring a ring my bell, ring my bell, ring my bell, ring your bell, ring my bell, ring a ring a ring. Ring my bell, ring my bell, ding dong, ding dong. Ring my bell, ring it loud, ring it, ring it, ring it, ring it, ah. Ring my bell, ring my bell, ding dong, ding dong. Ring my bell, ring it loud, ring it, ring it, ring it, ring it, ah. Ring my bell, ding dong, ding dong. Ring my bell, ring a
Maggie, you in here?
ring my bell, ding dong,
Man.
ring my bell, ring a ring a ring.
I'm here. I'm still trying to figure out how to do this, so I'm so sorry. Hi, Sandra. I'm so happy you made it. I tried everything I could. I tried on my phone and I couldn't get in, and then I finally got on my computer, and I'm standing here. Who are you? Which one are you? I can't tell. I'm dancing. I think maybe with Tatiana. I'm over by there's a frog, and my son keeps changing into different characters. My son is shape shifting around. Cause I'm the one. I'm the one in the white shirt. Yeah, with the pink hair. No blue hat? I don't see a blue hat yet. Okay, let me see. Switch it around. Okay, it looks like I'm the square head, okay? I'm the square head. If you see there's a square head and then like a flower head of the television.
I'm like standing on the dance floor right now.
Yeah, I'm on the dance floor.
Yeah.
With the pink character with the square head.
Pink hair. Pink hair. Glasses.
Yes.
That's me dancing right now.
And that's my son, I think. He's the astronaut there.
Yeah, that's me.
I'm the one with the white pants and the blue. See me?
Yes.
Now I gotta stop dancing. There's somebody with is that Maggie Love? That's
I don't know if Maggie said. I'm not sure if Maggie's still here. She was here.
Who is that next to me with the red?
I think that might be Tatiana Torres. Sandra, do you have the ProApp app?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, I hope there's still ProApp left. But open your ProApp app and press the mint button. And then just put in PEG, P-E-G, all small letters.
Okay.
And there's a ProApp by Tatiana.
How was it? Was everything fine?
Oh yeah, it was really great. Maggie spoke and have a great time. So nice. Thank you so much for coming.
Cool.
We got to do a lot more of this. You know, you and I will do the onboarding, work on your project. I talked about you with Onboard 60.
Wow. Oh, that's such a cute ProApp. You're so cute.
Tatiana's brilliant. She's great.
Yeah, that is cool. Well, I had to stop in. I had to figure out how to get here, so I'm here.
I'm so happy that you came, really. Thank you. Congratulations to us, to you too. I learned to our class, you know. Really, it's the best. Audacity has, Maggie says, the best metaverse she's ever been in, and it really is, okay?
Yeah, our cyber's really good.
Well, no, Audacity, they did all of this for me. Look at this. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, they're good.
You're
They're
not
good.
welcome anymore. Weren't you the one who tried to hurt me with goodbye? You think I'd crumble? You think I'd lay down and die? Oh, no, not I. I will survive. Oh, as long as I know how to love, I know I'll be alive. I've got all my life to live. I've got all my love to give. I'll survive. I will survive. Hey, hey.
I'd crumble? You think I'd lay down and die? I will survive. Oh, as long as I know how to love, I know I'll be alive. I've got all my live. I've got all my love to give. I'll survive. I will survive. Oh, go on now, go. Walk out the door. Just turn around now. You're not welcome anymore. Weren't you the one who tried to break me with your fire? You think I'd crumble? You think I'd lay down and die? Oh, no, not I will survive. Oh, as long as I know how to love, I know I'll be alive. I've got all my life to live. I've got all my love to give. But I'll survive. I will survive. I will survive.
Oh, the dance floor where I'm up here is really cool. Look, this radiating light. This is really cool. Well, I have to go to work. It's a shame. I'll miss you. I'm glad you came, though. Stay in here. But now I have to go and give somebody a steak. Pretty soon, we're gonna. Our lives are gonna change. This is they're already changing. So. You have a fabulous day and congratulations. Congratulations to you, Candace, too. Thanks so much for coming. Okay, bye. Bye.
Hey, Peg, I'm gonna go too.
Okay.
Yes.
Come on, like, hey, you were running around. I was trying to dance with you.
Where are you?
I'm up on there's like a dance floor that has like radiating light coming out of it.
Yeah, I'm coming over.
Okay.
You? Is that you?
This is the best. Well, we're going to have to do this IRL soon. I know you have to go too. And I love you so much for coming. Thank you. And give someone a big hugging kiss for me.
I will. It's fun to practice these, to do these dance moves.
I want Simone's space in here. Now you can tell her how nice it is, you know?
Yeah, I took video. I took screenshots.
Oh, cool. Because, you know, be a big asset here and, you know, meeting you and I love my kids in here, you know?
All right, I'm going to log off, Peg.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Bye.